Welcome to the Music Festivals podcast. This is the show that helps you get to know music festivals, festival venues, and campgrounds before you go. I'm your host, Neighbor Nate, and I'm glad you're in the neighborhood. Hey, yo, neighbors, welcome back to episode number 52 of the Music Festivals podcast. This is the show that helps you get to know music festivals, festival venues, and campgrounds before you go. And as always, I am your host, Neighbor Nate. And today we are recapping the recent 4848 festival that was held July 17th through the 19th. And that was at Snowshoe, West Virginia at the Snowshoe Mountain Resort. I was able to make that festival only for one day this time, but I did get enough to do a short festival documentary on the event. So that's what we're going to get into in just a minute. But before that, though, I do want to send a few shout outs to some of the other folks who were there at the festival whose footage that I used, borrowed, stole, whatever you want to put there, to fill in some gaps. Because again, I was there for a short time. So major hat tip. And I don't know any of these people personally, but I'd love to connect with you. Gentlemen, somebody who runs All One Productions, and that's at All One Productions Media on YouTube, is responsible for shooting the Fireside Collective live set that you're going to see in the documentary, and that happened on 7/18/25. Also, Delightful Trainwreck used a lot of footage from their shooting of Dark Star Orchestra that was also Thursday night on the Sky stage. And while I didn't feature this video in my actual documentary of this, there's another documentary out there by Stay Fresh Cheese at Stay Fresh Cheese on YouTube. That's actually, it totally aligns with like the whole idea of getting to know before you go. Whoever the guy is did a really nice job kind of giving you the ins and outs of not just the logistics of the festival, but how to get around and what it looked like. So hat tip to all of you guys. All of these links will also be in the show notes. So please check out their videos. They did a really, really nice job on this. And I'll throw this out there too, for anybody else who's going to these festivals. If you're with your phone and you're shooting things, hit me up. I'm looking for contributors. I'm only one person and I can only be at one festival at one time, and doing two in one weekend was a little bit nuts. So I am looking for some help. Again, musicfestivalspodcast.com. There's a contact form there on the website, but feel free to drop me a note. I'd love to work with you. I have some equipment I could probably send you to use, things like gimbals and other cameras and whatnot. But I hope to hear from you guys. And again, shout out to all of the folks that were at the festival also producing footage, because it's really important that we document these things, right? They're very special moments in time, very special events, and having some type of a record that they happened, that they existed and we were there, is a big deal. And I also want to give one final shout out this week to none other than our friends at D-Law Coffee. D-Law Coffee Company, this is a brand of morning brew that is small batch and high octane, and it's developed by Drury Anderson. If you follow festivals or you listen to the show regularly, watch the show regularly, you know that Drury is the lead singer and mandolin shredder for Mountain Grass Unit, who is blowing up everywhere on the scene this summer. To find out some more about this coffee, visit dlawcoffeecompany.com and check out their Heady Breakfast Blend, as well as their Heady Breakfast Plus with a little bit more caffeine. And if you're into flavor coffee, don't forget to add a bag of Mr. Charlie's Cinnabon, I love that name, to your cart before you check out. Again, you can grab yours at dlawcoffee.com and enjoy that at festivals with your neighbors or even at home. D-Law Coffee Company, fuel the music. But now that we've got our bills paid, let's go ahead and check out the documentary on the 2025 edition of 4848 at Snowshoe Mountain Resort. Hey, yo, neighbors. It is the first day of 4848, so I'm here on Thursday. It's a short stay for this one because I got some other festivals to go to. But this is Allegheny Springs right behind me. I'm staying with a bunch of the hookah crowd, who also volunteers here as kind of the vibe patrol, the vibe crowd. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, as well as, some other things that this crowd does. But they've been involved with the festival for about 10 years. Going to be a great day, though. It is literally like people are just checking in right now. The music starts at 5. But I'm excited to be here because I've always wanted to come to this festival. I'm disappointed that I can't stay longer, especially because I wish I would have brought my mountain bike. Like, there's been people riding mountain bikes all morning long, and it looks really fun. But I love Snowshoe Mountain. Like, this is the first time I've been here when it's not the winter, when it's not ski season. Total different experience. It actually looks different. I'm walking around looking at the ground like, oh shit, I had no idea that was actually there. But yeah, stay tuned because I think we're gonna have a good day.
Name's Aaron Kovelman. Grew up playing instruments, actually. In high school, I played the saxophone and started learning guitar and piano on my own. And I always just wanted to play in a band and be a touring musician. When that was not successful, I realized, oh, I can kind of vibe with the music on the other side of the stage, and understanding the music, really learn how to flow with it and create the vibe for everyone in a different way. So I got into lighting design through that avenue. That snowballed kind of fairly quickly and started touring all around the world with all different types of acts, from bands to DJs. And that was a lot of fun, man. I really enjoyed just, controlling the room and the energy from the visual standpoint instead of the audio. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that.
My name is Kim Taffy Cunningham, and I am a volunteer for VIP crew at All Good Productions. I've been volunteering for 10 years. I've been doing massage for the VIP attendees in like the viewing areas and whatnot. And then we've just recently started doing hospitality for artist massage as well. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's been a fun job.
That's cool. And then do you go out and do the vibe patrol at all? Like, do you do the fluffers?
I am the vibe patrol.
Nice.
I am the vibe. But yeah, I do. I kind of perk everybody up and keep everybody smiling and happy. Just being myself and having fun, hula hooping and dancing with them. And
getting everybody hyped.
It becomes a family. Like the VIP crew, like for Dark Star, it's a family. Like the people know us. They know we're gonna be there. They know us by name. We dance with them. We hang out with them. Camp with them.
COVID 2020 hit, and as with everything shutting down, the company I was working for, we had all this gear, and we were right next to the local fairgrounds in Frederick, Maryland. And so we decided to take all the video panels we had and build a massive video wall and make a drive-in movie theater.
Cool. That's cool.
Tim from All Good Presents lived in Frederick. I had never crossed paths with him. He came over one day as we were setting up and had done a couple of the movies, and he was like, hey, y'all want to do concerts here and turn this into a concert venue? And I had been a fan of All Good Presents and went to All Good Festival and everything growing up, so I was in heaven. I said, let's rock, brother, let's do some shows. So with me kind of running the venue and him being the promoter, we did 2 years or 2 seasons of shows together. And so him and I kind of hit it off and started vibing as far as running that venue. And after the second season of doing the drive-in concerts, I made the transition to start working for Tim and All Good Presents.
That's cool.
It was fairly seamless and right time, right place.
Well, and you guys, so like we're here, this is the, third festival I've been to with you guys, or with you, and then you have a whole crew of people with you. What is it about the festival environment that creates that different type of bond, that friendship bond?
I think it's because we are not shamed for who we are, who we really are, like we accept each other. Flaws. It's a family. But it's different than it depends on your family, but it's just different. It's deep friendships, and it's gotten, I've been following Acoustic Hookah since 1994. I'm sorry, that's the year I graduated high school. 1996. And I have a family with those people. It's like my church.
A lot of people talk about the experience, the overall experience of a festival, from the lighting to the way they light the forest up and the camping and everything. Some people talk about that as being the vibe, right? How do you describe the vibe of a festival? What is it? What does that mean? I would say, oh, this is great.
I think the vibe has everything to do with, from how the site looks and feels, not just from an artistic standpoint, but to, where are the porta pots or restrooms located in relation to the concert field? Is that a easy walk? Is that a miserable walk? Where are the food vendors and the drinks in relation to the concert field? And all of that channels the vibe, and I think a lot of people sometimes think it's only about the music, because obviously that's what's fueling most of the party, but it's every other kind of small detail that you don't think about that actually allows that vibe to come to life. And I think, most patrons, that they experience it, but they don't necessarily think about that's what's making everything work fluidly. Especially being specifically here at 4848 on a mountain.
Yeah.
It's quite a difficult task to just plop a stage and plop a whole festival infrastructure on top and on side of a mountain. And, even through the 5 or 6 years we've done this, the layouts changed a little bit each year. Yeah. Something might have worked 1 or 2 years, but then we realized, we need to take this whole section and put it over there. And that's a huge, 180-degree turn sometimes. Yeah. And, the vibe changes then. Where sometimes it gets worse, sometimes it gets better, but we live and we learn and we figure it out. And to be honest, we constantly just try to improve the vibe.
What else would you say to someone who is coming to 4848 for the first time?
One thing I will say is make sure you bring a lot of clothes, layers, because it gets chilly up here. You dress for summer weather and you get summer weather, but then you also get some really cold evenings and daytime. So pack your clothes. Just make sure you're coming in and you're gonna get a good room with a great view and just walk around and enjoy the scenery. Make sure you get down to the lake and get in the kayaks. And I mean, you have use of everything. Riding the ski lift down, that's pretty cool. Yeah. The first year here, I rode the ski lift down to work, up from work, because I was camped down at the camping down there, and it was just amazing, and the views are awesome.
Yeah. And you guys do 3 festivals in 3 back-to-back-to-back months. Mm-hmm. That's insanity. So how do you, talk a little bit about what does it take to pull that Trifesta off?
It takes certainly a lot of deep breaths. And, this is the first year of the Trifesta. So we're learning as we go, for sure. But, constant communication within both our internal team as well as the venues we're working in. Constant awareness to our marketing, speaking with the fans nonstop. And really, it takes a lot of focus to not miss anything between the 3 events, because there's a lot of repeat elements, but then there's also, from each department within each festival, can change drastically. Whether that's the merchandise setup or the stage or the security team or whatever, can be drastically different. And it's quite an interesting challenge to be focused on, number 1, the Jubilee, and then come out of it and, okay, time to focus on All Good Now, and then come out of it and time to focus on 48. But you got to be focused on all of them the whole time, because when we're running Jubilee, we're still planning the next 2, and emails are always coming through, conversations are always happening. Yeah. So it's certainly a challenge, but it's very rewarding. And the All Good Presents team is small and powerful. Everyone is fully committed. Everyone has incredible energy, filled with positivity, and we're all in it to win it and to give the fans the best experience. Yeah. And that, I've never experienced the magic of a team like this. I've played sports, I've been in bands, I've toured with bands as a lighting director, I've worked on different teams, and nothing compares to going back to the vibe of what the All Good Presents core team has, even just within itself. Yeah. And not only within itself, but what we're able to output from that. And it's pretty, like I said before, it's pretty magical.
Tell there's a bond because like when you guys saw Janice in the hallway there in the lobby downstairs, there's like these very deep heartfelt hugs like that have been so like how did you get into all this? How'd you meet Janice and get into this?
I'd been offered a position with, I think it was All Good, it might have been another company, with this other crew, and I turned it down because it was for Dark Star because it was the same weekend as Hookahville.
Yeah.
And so I turned it down because I was like, oh no, you know, I love my acoustic hookah, so I got to go to Hookahville. And then one year, some things changed, and the dates changed for Hookahville, and I had given the position to a friend, referred her to it, and she called me and said, we really need some help out here. We need some extra hands, and total pun intended. So I went out there, and it was amazing, and had a great time. And then my next one was the last All Good that they had in West Virginia.
Oh, the big one. That was like the biggest one.
Yeah, I think Primus was there and John Butler Trio, and that was, oh man, that was a fun time.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
And so then I've just been coming back every year.
Honestly, my favorite part is seeing the fans enter the venue. Okay. You can see the excitement on their faces, and like, they know the roller coaster ride they're about to go on and the joy that they're about to experience. And not only seeing their happiness, but realizing that myself and our team are creating that experience for them is a really powerful feeling. And it is rewarding. And, you know, just exploding the positivity through the festival scene and seeing everyone enjoy that is easily my favorite part. So everything else is fairly stressful, but when everyone is smiling and their hands are up in the air, there's nothing better.
Yeah, that's got to be cool. I've asked this question to a lot of people at festivals because everybody defines it differently. What does the word vibe mean to you? We use that word as a verb, as a noun. What does it mean to you?
To me, it is just happiness and joy, and just like not really feeling a whole lot of some of the anxiety and stuff that you have in everyday life. Like it's just chill. Like you can breathe a little better, and you can smile a little more, and it's just less stress.
It's certainly an experience like no other. You know, even for your average festival goer who might be a seasoned veteran as far as the festival world. People have been to mountains before, but a lot of ski resorts are typically at the base of the mountain. This is at the top of the mountain. So the views alone, the views soothe my soul. When I'm going down Snowshoe Drive along here and I can just look out and see the endless mountains and the trees and you're on top of it all, nothing compares to that. But it truly is a way to almost have a vacation and a music experience all together. Because besides the music and the cool layout with the lodging of that, there's the mountain biking, there's the lake, there's disc shooting, there's horseback riding, there's so much to do here. So, the music is primary, but at the same time, the music is almost secondary in this setup.
Hey y'all, it's Drury from D-Law Coffee Company. Let's take it from the beginning. Hi, my name is Drury Anderson, and I'm a 21-year-old musician from Alabama. Music has always been a part of me, and I'm super lucky to be traveling around touring with my best friends. Whether it's playing music or putting together something for my friends, I have always been passionate about the power of a shared experience. As some of you know, touring around the country involves a lot, and to me, good coffee is essential to staying fueled while on the road. After consulting with friends in the business, I decided to give it a go. My goal is simple: get coffee to people all over who need it the most. So whether you play music, love music, or your passion lies somewhere else, D-Law Coffee is here for you. Fuel the music.
I do say that I was very disappointed that I had to leave after only one day, because I had a hell of a good time hanging out with the crew of folks that were there. Was envious over dropping into the mountain on my mountain bike, and that will definitely happen next year. But I want to give special thanks to my friends Kim Taffy Cunningham, who was the volunteer who interviewed with me, as well as Andrew Kovelman, who is the project manager for All Good Presents. I've seen Aaron at all of the festivals, and I really do mean he's literally like always running around. He's always got his like pack on with radios and all the stuff that he's doing, and always stops to say hi, not just to me, but to other people that he sees and whatnot. Super busy guy, but really enjoyed talking with him and learning about what his role is there and everything that it takes to make these festivals happen. I also want to send a shout out to the rest of the All Good Presents team, and especially Captain Janice Hurley and the founder Tim Walder for all the good work that they do to keep the vibes and the music alive for all of us. So again, when you go to these festivals, just make sure to be grateful and thank the people who are putting them on, because without them and without their tireless hours, we don't get to have the fun and the experiences that we do together at these festivals. And I know it's a big part of my life. And if you're watching this show, I imagine it's a big part of yours as well. If you are a fan of the show, know that we work with festival promoters to offer you chances to win some great ticket packages to all kinds of different music festivals. And to get your chance to enter those drawings and win free tickets, head over to the website at musicfestivalspodcast.com and look for the tab at the top that says Win Festival Tickets. We're going to have more coming online very, very soon for the fall season upcoming. But while you're on the site, make sure to also subscribe to the Neighborhood Monthly newsletter. That's where you're going to get announcements on those contests, as well as discount codes from our affiliate partners, and those include Outdoorsy.com, Inokim Electric Scooters, Melted Mind Designs, Cast Magic, CapCut, Opus Clip, Hoem, and the iSteady M7 Hoem Gimbal, as well as Custom Made Casino. And as always, thanks to D-Law Coffee and Drury Anderson for their support of the show. It helps keep the lights on and the cameras running, and more festival documentaries coming down the line. So thanks to D-Law Coffee. Feel the music. Next week, we have a really interesting recap coming up. So Incarceration Music Festival was also the same weekend as 4848. I left West Virginia, drove back home, picked up my oldest son, and headed straight to Mansfield at the Ohio State Reformatory. I had no idea that this metal festival, Metal and Tattoo Festival, was 50,000 plus people. We got there and it was just unreal. Slipknot, Marilyn Manson, Five Finger Death Punch, Falling in Reverse might be one of my new favorite metal bands. I had never heard them play before, but really liked what they did. And there's lots of interviews that's going to include a band out of Berkeley College of Music called Archon Theory. We've talked a lot about Berkeley. We know that Drury Anderson and Luke Black just graduated from the Berkeley College of Music out in Boston. So got to talk to Archon Theory, which is a new metal band that were also probably their classmates. Look for that documentary of that festival to come out next Friday, and I think you're going to enjoy it. It was super cool to be there. It was a lot of fun, and you'll actually get to see my son too. He had a hell of a good time. If you are listening to the audio podcast, make sure to check out the YouTube channel for more videos that aren't featured here. Join the conversation with your neighbors in the comments there or on Facebook and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Music Festivals Podcast. That's the page. Or Instagram at Neighbor Nate Fests, Neighbor N8 Fests, or at Nate Riggs. Either one works. If you are listening also to the audio, make sure to rate the show. If you're there, specifically on Spotify and Apple, any ratings that you give us is super helpful. And I enjoy the feedback as well. But that is all I've got for you this week, neighbors. As always, I am your host, Neighbor Nate, and I hope to be your neighbor at a festival very, very soon.